And already at the line, the second group of 4 in round 2 for Pro Stock Motorcycle. This will determine the championship round. David Hope, Junior Pitton, Hector Arana, and Matt Smith.
Well, when you put this on paper, this should be all Matt Smith and Hector Arana. But remember, we're talking about Pro Stock Motorcycle. We're talking 4 wide. We're talking a lot of lights at the top of the Christmas tree. It is going to be very confusing for the Pro Stock Motorcycle riders. Remember, we see a lot of red lights when it's only 2 of them racing. So can you imagine how hard it is for these guys with 4 on the line?
4 Buells on the line. Give the win to the Buell of Matt Smith, just like Mike said. No surprise, too, that Hector Arana comes across in second, and so they will transfer. Smith and Hector.
Well, Matt Smith, your #1 qualifier against Hector Arana, your defending full throttle champion. Going to the finals based on what you see here is Matt Smith had him covered going to the stripe. Hector Arana by almost 2 bike lengths.
Yeah, and some people liked it. How about Angie Smith, the new bride? Really happy to see Matt Smith doing well. So the final matchup in Pro Stock Motorcycle is going to come up this way with Matt Smith, then Hector, then Michael Phillips, and Steve Johnson in North Carolina. All right, Pro Stock Motorcycle, we want to show you the wins by lane because it's more evenly balanced here.
You think? Look at that.
3, 3, 3, and 3. Boy, I'd play that hand, man.
Yeah, that is really good. I tell you what, they've done a great job preparing the track here for all of the categories, especially after all the rain we had yesterday. We saw the fuel cars just come out and go right down this racetrack.
For this weekend, they had the double the team numbers for the safety safari to make sure this track was perfect. And along with the Z-Max Dragway gang, they really did a good job getting this thing ready to go for this day. We are live. Charlotte, North Carolina, the Z-Max Dragway. And let's take a look as we look across some of the lanes. There is the defending Pro Stock Motorcycle champion, Hector Arana. He's in lane 1. Over in lane 4, that's Steve Johnson.
Michael Phillips in lane number 3. And remember, both Michael Phillips and Steve Johnson, they advanced out of both of their quads in the previous 2 rounds. And it was Michael Phillips getting to the line first over Steve Johnson in both of those runs.
And all 4 of these racers have won. Dave Reef?
Quickest reacting machines in all of the professional categories in full throttle NHRA drag racing. Staging very, very critical. We talked about that earlier today. Watch for the red light here. Everybody wants to hoist that first trophy. Keep in mind, Hector Arana knows he's been red the last 4 races on this tour.
So already they begin the pre-stage process. This is for the win. This is the championship round of 4. Phillips red lights it. And it's Matt Smith who takes the win. Matt Smith wins it. We thought Phillips red lighted. Looks like they've got it as Hector.
Actually, Hector was runner-up. Phillips did red light by 1/1000th of a second. And basically, Matt Smith made a very nice run, 693. I don't know what happened to Hector Arana. He only went a 7 flat on that particular run. That bike has been run much better than that all the way up into the final round. Possibly could have missed a shift because he didn't have a bad reaction time. Hector Arana I'm talking about. But something happened to that motorcycle in the track. Matt Smith was able to get the win. I thought this was going to be a great matchup between Matt and Hector. It didn't pan out that way because, like I said, I think Hector might have had some problems. But no question about it, though. Matt Smith, who struggled big time in Gainesville 2 weeks ago, bounced back very nicely.
So Matt Smith takes the win. Now Michael Phillips has his problems on the red light, but there's a man that can now begin to celebrate, Dave Reef.
Matt Smith, the 2007 Pro Stock Motorcycle champion. Hard to believe that it has been 24 races between wins. Last time you won, 2008. Now you got a 4-wide trophy. How's it feel?
Man, it feels awesome. I'm just glad to be back off at Suzuki from last year, and back glad to be on a Buell because a V-twin, because Man, we're so good on these things, and I'm consistent on. I don't know what my light was, but I've been good all weekend. And man, I got to thank Al Nobby Racing, the Sheik, the country of Qatar for giving me this opportunity. Thank y'all. Thank you, Bruden, NHR for the 4 wide. I loved it. Great deal.
How critical was it to make sure you go green? Obviously, you can't win if you go red, but how tough was it?
I've been 0-20 and 0-30 every round this weekend. Qualifying in this, I've just been ready. I wanted to prove a point this weekend. It's my home track. Love North Carolina. Thank y'all.
Exclamation point.